I'm Elizabeth, the Literary Princess. If you are new here, welcome. I am a 6-year PhD candidate in English literature with a focus on Victorian women novelists. And as you might expect, I love to read. Today I have my May TBR for you. I am only participating in one event, so we will be doing some spins on the 2025 TBR picker wheel and the new acquisitions picker wheel, and hopefully they will be kind. So there's one book for the event that I am participating in, and then I do have 2 others that I want to read, and then we will do some spins. So let's jump in. First up is the book for the event I'm participating in, and that is the Robinson Read-Along, hosted by Kelly from Books I'm Not Reading. This is the final book of it, Jack by Marilynne Robinson. This is the last book in the Gilead series, which I have really been enjoying. So I am excited to read Jack because I assume this is focusing on the character Jack, who we have already met, and I am very interested to learn more about him because he's fascinating. So then I have 2 other books that I want to get read this month, and the first is for my 18th century novel project. This is Tom Jones by Henry Fielding. Look at this. Why? Why? With notes, this is 916 pages. Oh, at least there's chapter breaks. Oh, and a huge amount of front matter. Okay. Okay, maybe this isn't as scary as it seems to be at first. Yeah, okay. The actual book doesn't start until page 29. So I mean it's still huge, but not quite as scary. And I do read the introductions and whatnot because this is like a kind of scholarly project. So yeah. This is from 1749. And I've never read anything by Fielding before. I know nothing about him, to be perfectly honest. Aside from my mom saw a film version on BBC, or I guess it was on Masterpiece Theatre, but that was made by BBC, I think, and she was like, that was weird, and turned it off. So that's all I know going into this. Apparently it's one of the most ingenious plots in English fiction, though. Expelled from Mr. Allworthy's country estate for his wild temper and sexual conquest, Tom Jones loses his money, joins the army, and pursues his beloved across Britain to London, where he becomes a kept lover and confronts the possibility of incest. These 18th century people were wild, okay? Like, I don't know how we went from this to the Victorians, but these people were crazy. The Victorians are crazy, just in their different ways. So yeah, we will see how this is. And I'll be starting this early in the month so that I can hopefully finish it by the end of the month. And then the other book that I have is one that a friend lent to me, and I want to read it in a timely manner to give it back to him. This is Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. This is specifically the annotated Lolita, with introduction and notes by Alfred Appel Jr. So I have always been on the fence about reading Lolita because obviously it's pretty disturbing. Shocking. However, another friend of ours borrowed this from him and I saw it on her shelf and I was like, oh, annotated. Maybe that'll help make it, like maybe that'll help. I don't know. And also I kind of liked the cover. Like this, I like the design of the cover. I like the colors. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll give it a try, because after that friend returned it to our other friend, he was like, you can borrow it if you want. I was like, okay. So because it's mentioned so much, and I have heard that it is very good. Like, Nabokov is a great writer. It's a disturbing book, but So I do want to read it, or at least try to read it and see how it is. Now we get to the wheels. We're going to start with the 2025 TBR. As I said, we're going to do 3 spins on that. Let's do the first spin. Really, Will? You're gonna give me more classics when I already have Tom Jones and Lolita? Whatever. This is Return of the Native by Thomas Hardy. Now, technically, I could veto this because I do give myself 1 veto per wheel. However, this is the 2nd time that it has come up, and I vetoed it last time. Or actually, it was the alternative choice to something I vetoed, and then I still didn't read it. So, you know what? We'll keep it on. We'll see what happens. This is one that I've really been wanting to read. I have started it before and liked it, but just didn't have time to finish it. So, and I mean, Eustacia Vi, how can you not want to read about her with that name? I do love Hardy, although he's a depressing guy. So I don't know. What with Lolita, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I will keep it on as an option. On to spin number 2. Okay, I have to draw the line somewhere. This is The Ladies Lindors by Margaret Oliphant. However, I am drawing a line in the sand. There's only so many classics a person can read in 1 month, especially when one of them is Tom Jones at 916 pages, and another is Lolita, self-explanatory, and another one is a Thomas Hardy who's depressing. Sorry, Margaret Oliphant. You are my love. I adore you. You're my favorite. However, we're gonna veto that and spin again. I hate this wheel. Why do I do this? So, it's given me another Victorian book. This is The Rich Husband by Charlotte Riddle. Okay, you know what? We're gonna go with The Ladies Lindors. And not that I don't love Charlotte Riddle and I do want to read this book. However, I think I would rather read The Ladies Lindors, especially with all that. I don't know. I feel like I can trust Margaret Oliphant to not depress me too much, where I cannot say the same about Riddle. So we'll put The Ladies Lindors on the TBR, very reluctantly, I might add. And we still have another spin on this wheel. I swear to God, it better not give me another classic because I'm gonna lose my mind. Wow, that's another classic. This is Princess Napraxine by Ouida. Now, since I didn't take my veto option with the last one, I think I should still be able to do another veto. And that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. because I make the rules and I can do whatever I want. Wheel. Wheel. Why? Why? It was so kind to me for April. Like, it was a bitch in March, but you know what? At least this one is short. It's short. This is Anthony Trollope's The Warden. It is the first book in the Chronicles of Barsetshire, which I have read the second book in because that seems really normal to read the second book first, right? So I do, again, obviously I wanted to read this year, and then I want to reread Barchester Towers during Victober, and then I can like continue on in the series in the proper order like a normal person. So, I mean, it's short. It won't be, I mean, is this even? It's 200 pages with notes, so at least it's short, whereas Princess Napraxine is not short. That is a 3-volume novel. Fine. Fine, Wheel, fine. We will now move over to the new acquisitions TBR, where we are doing 2 spins. And again, I get a veto. And this wheel better be nicer to me, because I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Vetoed! That is in French. I am not dealing with French right now. No. No. Wheel. We're gonna have a talk. Oh my god. This wheel seems to think it's Victober. It is not, Wheel. This is for May, Wheel. Get it together, Wheel. This is Trilby by George du Maurier. Yes, related to that Daphne du Maurier, I do believe. It's short. Oh god, alright. I've heard that this is supposedly an inspiration for Phantom of the Opera, so that is kind of interesting. Alright. Alright. Why not at this point? Why not? That is also in French. I'm giving myself another veto because I'm not reading in French this month. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it, okay? Like, I don't have the mental bandwidth to do a dissertation, read in French, read freaking Tom Jones and Lolita and Return of the Native. I need to find a new system. This wheel is not working at all. I'm vetoing it again. Wheel. This is not good for our relationship, Wheel. It's not. It's just not good. Let's try this a fourth time. Finally! This is Jamaica Inn by Daphne du Maurier. I guess I'm reading both du Mauriers this month. Look at how not ginormous that is. Look at how not in French this is. This I can do. This I think I can do. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say at this point. Okay, so I think for June, I'm gonna be rethinking the TBR wheels. Maybe going to some different kind of a game to pick my TBR, because this ain't it, folks. This ain't it. Well then. So that is my May TBR. Let me know down in the comments below. Have you read any of these? What did you think of them? What are you reading for May? Any suggestions for something other than this damn wheel? Because we're not getting along. Just not getting along. Okay. If you enjoyed seeing me suffer in this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more of my bookish content and see me fight with a TBR wheel again. It's been great chatting with you. I will see you soon. Bye.